I might go ahead and merge these together and run a photo filter to give it more of a painterly look. So I think that'll look nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to the very top of all my layers, and I'm going to hold Shift, Alt, Control, and then hit E, and it's going to create a brand new layer where everything's all merged together. Okay, so like I said, I want to run a photo filter over this to give it more of a painterly look. So I'm going to go into my filter gallery. So under filter, filter gallery, I'm going to use the dry brush filter, and I'm going to set my brush size to 5, my brush detail to 7, and my texture to 2. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to add the title for the movie. Maybe we'll add some names of a couple of the stars, and we'll may add some little movie credit things on the bottom of our poster to make it a little more poster-like. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our type tool, and let's open that up, and we're going to type the name of the movie, which is Edward Scissorhands. We're going to be, intentional with the font that we use. You don't want to use just any old font because it won't look right. I would try to find something that's a little kind of gothic looking, if that makes sense. Now what we're going to do, I think probably what we're going to want to do is drag this down more towards the bottom. So we don't want to put it over his face or put it in the middle. So we're going to put it closer to the bottom. And then we'll come through and add the movie credit stuff underneath it. So what you can do once you've brought it down here, if you're using your move tool, just hit Control T, and then you can increase the size of it so it is a little bit bigger. So we'll have it go almost the width of the space. So one thing I'm going to do with this font, this type, is I'm going to put an effect on it to make it look a little more three-dimensional. Okay, so while I'm still on this layer, down here in the bottom of my layers window, there's the little icon that says FX. Okay. So click on the FX option, and we're going to, so I'm going to add a drop shadow, and for me it opens up this layer style window. I'm going to also use the bevel and emboss. I'm going to click on that little square to bevel and emboss that, and I'm going to click on the contour option underneath. So it's going to make my letters look a little more three-dimensional. Let's go ahead and put a couple of the names of the stars here. I'm going to probably use the same font that I used for that, for their names. So over here, since he's the star, I'm going to go ahead and put his name, Johnny Depp. And when you do that, I would maybe set your paragraph so that it's centered. So if it's like off to the side or all on one level, let's center it, put Johnny on top, Depp underneath, so that it'll line up. We'll stick that boop over here. Okay, so I'm going to use the same effect that I used on the title. So I'm going to click on my effects. I'm going to do the drop shadow. I'm going to do the bevel, emboss, contour. Click OK. And then over here on the other side, I'm going to put Winona Ryder's name down. And again, I'm going to use the same effects on her name that I used on these other ones. So I'll do the drop shadow. I'm going to do bevel, emboss, and contour using the same font that I did before. So I'm going to line these names up on either side. Alright, so, we could type out a bunch of movie credits, but I think this is what we'll do, and it'll be easier, and it'll look nice. let's go on to the internet and we're going to look up Edward Scissorhands movie poster credits. Movie poster credits. Edward Scissorhands movie poster credits. And I'm going to find one of these movie posters that has movie credits at the bottom. Copy this and drop it into my Photoshop file. Really, this part, it's only important to studios and stuff. Like, if you were designing this for a studio, they're the ones that care about this stuff. Nobody else cares about this stuff. But we're going to go ahead and put it on there because it'll make it look more authentic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here with my rectangle marquee tool, and I'm going to outline this bottom part of the poster where all this text is, and I'm going to copy that, Control C, Control V to paste it. Then I'm going to delete the poster so I'm just left with this movie information. Well, actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my magic wand tool and I'm going to click on this stuff around my text. So on mine, I've got like this black box. I'm just going to click on the black and it's going to select all that black, and then I'm going to delete it, hit backspace, and then, okay, so once I've deleted all the black stuff around there, I'm going to switch my mode to screen. Yeah, we'll do screen. That'll look well. Alright, so I got a little bit of a white line up above my text here. So I'm just going to take my eraser and erase that white line because it's doesn't look good in my design. Okay, now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe push my movie title down so it's going to sit more on top of my movie credit text here in the center. And then, okay, so when we're all done, your thing will look something kind of like this.